everybody. I'm Tom Allen, Principal Consultant with Foresite, and this is Foresite Friday. Today's question is, how do I spot a phishing email? So get out your phish finders. We're going to teach you how to program them. What is a phish? So for those of you who don't know, phish is an email that comes in that purports to be from one source, but it's really from a threat actor trying to get something from you or trying to get malware on your machine, trying to get you to give up credentials, anything like that. So there's 5 reasons and 5 ways that you can spot a phish. Well, there's more, but we're going to highlight 5. So the first way is there's an email that asks you for any kind of personal or private information. So they want you to fill in your social security number, your date of birth, your any banking info, anything like that, credentials to any account you have, any of that. No legitimate business in today's world should be asking you for this. Now, there are some that are not caught up with the times and they might be legitimate. However, what I'm asking you to do is be suspicious. Anything that you get in the email that says, give us this type of information, be suspicious of it. So what do? What if it is legitimate? You do what's called going out of band. So if it's a company, you look up their support number, you call them. What you don't do is respond to that email. And you don't click anything in that email. You don't go to any website that an email directs you to. You just call them. Say you got the email and ask if you have an account with them, if there's any reason you got this information, is this legitimate or not? So that's one way to handle it. But just again, you're going to hear a lot today. Be suspicious. We want you to look at every email and go, is that for real? So the second way to spot a phish is if the sender address doesn't seem legitimate, or if it's trying to send you to a link that doesn't seem legitimate. What do we mean? So let's say you got an email from UPS, and UPS says, hey, you've got a package, but we need you to fill in your credit card info to have this package delivered. But you look at the sender info and it says no reply at upx.com or no reply at ups.something.com. The only email that comes from ups.com should be from ups.com. Now, sometimes the threat actors will spoof an address and it'll look like it came from ups.com, but the link they send you, that goes to upx.com or something like that. What you can do to see where the link actually goes, especially if it's hidden, is hover over it with your mouse, and that'll show you where it's going. If that goes to anywhere but ups.com, it's a phish. The third way that you can spot a phish, not all the time, but sometimes, is that they're sometimes poorly written. Now, I say sometimes because threat actors have gotten better and better, and there are some phishing emails that look so legitimate, they could fool anybody. They could fool someone who's been in information security for 20 plus years and seen tons of these. But most of the time, they're not. In a lot of the ways, even if they're okay and not great, it's subtle. So, for example, a lot of them come from foreign countries, and they may not have the vernacular quite down, so words seem out of place. The context is out somewhere. Obviously, if you see those things, don't answer them. Interestingly, this is true even if it comes from, say you get an email from one of your friends or one of your business contacts. So if that looks out of place, so you weren't expecting an email and you get an email that says, thank you, please send money, need help, something like that. That's totally out of context. It's not in their voice. Then be suspicious of it. Again, if this is someone you do business with or you have contacts with, you know how to get a hold of them without replying to that email. So don't reply, go out of band, get a hold of them, be suspicious. The fourth way is if an attachment is suspicious. So how do you know if an attachment is suspicious? Well, some of them are easy again. They don't look like anything. It's just an attachment. It doesn't say .doc, .pdf, .anything. So again, be worried about that. But even if they say .pdf, if they say .doc, don't just download them and run them, because a lot of times these are hidden code trying to install malware on your computer so that they could hook your machine and then further their evil deeds. So if it has an attachment, if you're expecting an email with an attachment from that individual, okay, I would still download it and then scan it with my antivirus scanner before I opened it. But if this is out of the blue, unexpected, you didn't plan on it, and you get it, just don't trust it. Once again, you can call the company, you could call the contact and say, hey, I got this email. Is this really from you? And why did I get this? Again, things you'll hear over and over again in this. Be suspicious, out of band contact. Those are the keys. Finally, the fifth way is any email message that has urgency in it. So your account will be deleted. Your credentials have been compromised. Click here. If you don't respond within, something will happen. They're trying to get you to act emotionally and not think about it. They want you to just go, oh my God, I can't have that account be canceled, and click. So if you see anything that inspires panic, be suspicious, out of band connection to validate whether it's a real email. So what we want you to do with email is a 3-step process for every email. Stop, think, and suspect before you reply, certainly before you click. If it's a link, type it in your browser, look at what you're typing. If you're going to type it in your browser, just be suspicious of every piece of email, because it is the #1 threat vector. It is the #1 way attackers are getting into networks. Again, these questions are great. If you want to submit a question for Foresite Friday, send an email to wfh@foresite.com. You might even see your own question here on Foresite Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody.